Welcome to the very last book club chat of 2021.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe we are almost done with 2021.
I know this year just flew by, and it's weird because I feel like everyone was so upset about 2020, and then they were like, 2021 is going to be so much better. And it's kind of like, I don't know, it was a little better, kind of was the same though.
Yeah, I would say that like 2021 was mediocre.
Yeah. They implemented masks again here in California. So
Did they?
it's like 2020 all over again. I think it's just like they're worried about the holidays. I mean, I don't
Mhm,
know. What's the point of getting
mhm.
vaccinated then?
Yeah, no, they probably should make a mask mandate here in Oklahoma because it's just people are crazy here. They just are.
Well, it
Uh,
is time to talk about the
y-
Jessica Fletcher book written by a dude named Donald Bain.
Yes. Yes.
Which I just want to say, I was pleasantly surprised that there were no weird bodily functions. That is always my biggest worry when it's a male author. I don't know
Mhm.
why they just love talking about those things, and it always grosses me out. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Having a son now, like he is strangely fascinated with all things gross. And I was like, okay, okay. I mean, it's just in the DNA.
Yeah,
Good to go,
it's a
right?
good thing.
All
What did
right,
you think?
let's say hello to some of the people that are here. We've got Trisha and Chelsea and Susan, Amber and Renee, Prudence. Did I miss what the book for January is? No. So we are actually taking January off for book club, Trisha. Um, Jane. Oh, that's you. AGL. We also have let's see. We've got our other Lisa,
Yay.
Brooke, and Marilyn, and Glorious Trainwreck Mom. I understand. Helen. Um, Here's hoping your power stays on. I know that the wind has been ridiculous today.
Oh no.
Yeah, like up to 60 to 70-mile-hour winds, at least here in Oklahoma. Like our whole building was shaking today as we were working.
Oh.
No clue why. Celia, hello. Oh, happy birthday. Look
Oh
at
yeah, happy
you.
birthday.
Happy birthday. Got lots of people saying happy birthday. And we have Susan as a guest and Helen Boyle. Hi guys. How you doing? So,
What did you think? I mean, this did make me miss. I watched some old Murder She Wrote on YouTube. They have some clips
yes.
out there and some full episodes. And yeah, I will say, I was a little like, I was like, when will this book end? Why is it still going on? I was like,
Yes.
just stop. I'm so bored. Um,
Oh.
I don't know why. Were you bored or were you like totally engrossed?
I was not. I was totally engrossed, but I am also binge watching Murder She Wrote,
Mm.
and I'm also listening to Manhattans in Murder, which is another book in the series, and the audiobook narrator sounds just like Jessica Fletcher. Like
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I listened to this one. Her voice was like exactly the same.
it was so uncanny that
Mhm.
I only have, I'm not gonna lie, after this stream, I've got like 30 minutes left in Manhattan's and Murder. And so I'm probably just going to listen to the rest of the book. So yeah,
It was
I
such a
liked
close
it.
match, right? Like, I was like, "Did they use a voice synthesizer or something?" Because it's like
No.
exact replica.
Well, and she was so good at least in the audiobook that I'm listening to right now, she's so good of distinguishing her voice between each character
Mhm.
that I haven't gotten confused, which is sometimes what happens when I read audiobooks, or listen to audiobooks, is
Mm,
I start getting confused if the
right.
narrator doesn't have enough of a distinction between each character.
Mhm. Yeah, it can happen, especially when they don't use dialogue tags like he said or
Mhm.
she said, and then it's not a big deal when you're reading it on paper, but
Mm-mm.
when you're listening to it, all of a sudden you're like, "Wait, who's talking? What's going on?" And
Yes.
yeah, she did an excellent job in this book, audiobook as well.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised when I started it. I was like, okay, now this is literally how I need to read the rest of the series. Is this narrator has to do it for the rest of her life. She just has to. It was so good.
Well, I looked up, so I Wikipedia'd it and I was like, is she going to make another episode? Are they going to make more shows or more movies? And so Angela Lansbury is so worried that she looks too old, which I'm like, hello, we all know you got older. She
Right?
won't do it because she's like, I don't want fans to think of Jessica Fletcher as old. I was like, well,
No,
she
she was
has a pretty old 80s hairstyle already.
yeah, she was the quintessential middle-aged woman. That's one of the reasons why. So I've been doing a big, huge character study on Jessica Fletcher and Angela Lansbury.
Mhm.
Um, and one of the articles that I was reading about her was how much the reason why she was so popular is that she gave middle-aged women uh more confidence in themselves and in
Mhm.
their ability to be smart, educated, and independent women when that was barely in its infancy in the 80s. And
Mhm.
so
I can
like
see
just
that.
being an entrepreneur on her own and not having someone coddle her or handheld and things like that. And so
Mhm.
I really, really enjoyed that aspect of it.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I like that they didn't like make her like this lonely, sad, pathetic spinster, right? Like sitting at
Yeah.
home crying. Like, so I did like that she was always on adventures and just
Mhm.
going forth with whatever and whoever, just hanging
Yes.
out.
I loved all of her adventures. So the book that we read for this month was Dying to Retire for our theme of vacations in a way,
Mhm.
a good vacation in December. Our if you want me to sort of recap a little bit
Yeah, go
about
ahead.
it.
'Cause I was, yeah. I
Okay,
have notes, but I like glazed
yeah.
over the book.
So Jessica Fletcher and Seth and Mort are all and Mort's wife are all going down to Florida due to one of their dear friends passing away unexpectedly. Mort and
Mhm.
his wife were also already planning on going down to Florida for vacation, so they were sort of going to go down for the funeral and then go on vacation afterwards. When Jessica and Seth and all of them end up getting to the retirement home, they actually rent some rooms from the retirement home. And Jessica starts getting the sneaking suspicion that her dear friend was killed in a suspicious way. She had a heart attack, which everybody knew that she had a really weak heart, but she was found on the beach all by herself, and her newly acquired husband seems a little sketchy. And so Jessica does what Jessica does, and she decides that she's going to try and figure out what's really going on and what's
Mhm.
really happening. Did her friend, I forgot her friend's name because I read it like 2 weeks ago.
Portia Shelby.
Yes. Did Portia accidentally take too much medication?
Mhm.
What was she trying to do? Because it seems like Portia's character and her sort of being as a person was vastly different than the one that she had in Cabot Cove. In Florida, she's this gung-ho sort of like political I don't know, person that's trying to keep their residency safe from these big high towers, and
Mhm.
Jessica didn't know her that way in Cabot Cove.
Well, it sounded like over here she had married this younger, hotter guy, and so they were worried that she was doing like all these things to keep up her appearance
Mhm.
and look young, and then they were obsessed with these diet pills and trying to figure out if she was taking the diet pills, and she shouldn't
Mhm.
be taking the diet pills because it would conflict with her other medicine and her medical condition. And so they were going to a lot of extremes to find the diet pills, which I think at the time this book was written was still like they had a lot of caffeine and guarana in
Mhm.
it or whatever that stuff is to
Yeah,
speed up your
to make your
metabolism.
heart go pumping. And
Yeah.
Seth, as her primary care physician, knew a lot about Portia's health. And Jessica finds out that Portia's new hotter husband actually was dividing out her pills for her because her
Mhm.
eyesight was so bad. So he became under suspicion for maybe giving her the weight loss pills that ultimately killed her in the end.
Mhm.
Jessica, there's a lot of things going on at the time. So another person that got sort of put as a person of interest was the person who owned the beach, who was building these big, huge, tall, sort of skyscraper kind of things that the retirement home was fighting against because he promised them unlimited access to the beach. And then here he is reneging and trying to build these big, huge retirement sort of
Mhm.
condos to block out the view. And Jessica thought maybe he killed her because she was getting in his way politically.
And
And
then there was
so,
Tony Colombo, who owned the
yes,
pizza parlor. So
yes,
he's like
Tony
the head of the
Colombo.
mafia.
That was fantastic. So Sam was another man in the retirement home who sort of made it his mission to figure out the whodunit.
Mhm.
And so he started stalking Tony Colombo in his bright pink car
Mhm.
and making it very, very suspicious to follow him and things like that. He thought that he was a part of the mafia
Mhm.
and that he killed off Portia for some other reason.
Right.
Um, and I love how they traveled from where the retirement home was. They traveled to, what was it?
They went down to the Keys, I
The
think.
Keys. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went down to the Keys to visit one of Seth's friends. Turns out that one of Seth's friends actually knows the man who owns the beach from the retirement home. And so
Mhm.
there we start getting connections on this different thing and this. And Jessica ends up getting hurt. Like someone tried to
Mhm.
kill her or sort of get her out of the way. Um, and she
And
went, go ahead. Yeah.
oh, I was gonna say I was gonna go on a new topic about key lime pie.
Yeah.
They stop somewhere. So if you've ever been to Florida, they have key
Mhm.
lime pie everywhere. I'm actually not a fan. I'm always like, "Do you have chocolate?" But they have key lime, in every single restaurant, and they're like, "This is the best key lime pie. This is the signature Florida key lime pie." And so
The
she had tried
original.
one out. Yeah, and they were like, "No, it's just like another one." And so it was kinda nice because at the end, someone from Florida sends her a key lime pie.
Yes, yes. It made me I love citrus. So,
Mhm.
like, I was like, "Oh, I am just craving all of the citrus, like limes and lemons." And I actually ended up making a bundt cake this past weekend
Mm,
from a
yeah.
cozy mystery recipe. It was freaking to die for. It was like I had a little sliver and then it was D&D that night.
Mhm.
Everyone annihilated the cake. It was gone. Like
What
my
flavor was it?
5 Huh?
What flavor was it?
It was lemon. It was a
Oh.
lemon bundt cake, and
Mm.
it was so good. It was so good.
You know what I miss? I love bundt cake too. I don't know why. I just like the shape of the bundt cake.
It's
I know it's
cool.
not special, but why don't they make do you remember those old tunnel of fudge ones where there was like a fudge I can't
Yes.
why did they stop making those? I love those things.
No.
And
I
I've
bet you
tried
you
to
could find some
replicate
on
it.
eBay.
I've looked everywhere. I've tried to replicate it with like recipes because other people as well miss the tunnel of fudge.
Yeah.
This doesn't turn out the same as like I'm sure the prepackaged stuff with all the
Mhm.
chemicals in it.
Mhm. It was so good.
I
No,
miss
I
those. If
remember
I had
that.
known they were gonna go out of business, I would have stocked up on, like, thousands.
Right? Right? Just put them in the freezer and thaw
Yeah,
them out whenever you need it.
for sure, or resell them because other people obviously want them.
True, true. Maybe they'll make a comeback.
Yeah, I don't know. I did email them.
You know what? That's dedication.
Yeah, I was that passionate about
Dedication.
it. But back to our book, sorry.
Yes, yes. So sorry. Food. We just love it so much.
Mhm,
So Jessica starts making her way back to the retirement home because she just doesn't feel like anything has sat in her stomach like well. She
mhm,
finds out that Seth's old retirement friend, who was a doctor, actually gave diet pills to the owner of the beach and the potential sky rises. She finds also that he's a swindler and
mhm,
he has been embezzling money from different people who are investing in his high rises. She gets
mhm,
back, and the gossip wheel is just going and going and going. And she finds out in the end that the high rise guys secretary, I guess you could say, sort of
Yeah. It's like
secretary in.
assistant, sales assistant. It was hard to say what she did.
Yeah.
She helped out.
She is the one who actually ended up giving the diet pills
Mhm.
to Portia to kill her. She says that she did it for him and that he's the one that gave her the diet pills in the end, but it seems like they're both going away for a
Yeah.
very long time.
Yeah, the killer was Marina Rodriguez.
Yes, yes. I really really enjoyed this. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars because I just it was just nostalgia for me and it was just
Mhm.
so well written. Like especially for a man writing and in a woman's point of view, I thought
Mhm.
it was very well done. I could
Yeah.
not specifically pick out anything that made me go, "Oh yeah, this is written by a man." I
Yeah.
didn't have any of those moments.
Same thing. I agree. Except I would probably give it a 3. Like, it wasn't bad, but I just wasn't, like,
Yeah.
enthralled like I am
Yeah.
with the TV show. So I was
Yeah.
like, I have to stop watching the TV shows on YouTube and go back to reading my book.
I know. I can't wait to show you guys. I've made like this little sheet to keep up with like what I've watched and what I've read of Murder She Wrote. And
Nice.
yeah, no, so far I think I've watched like 13 or 14 episodes in the past like
Wow.
2 weeks of Murder She Wrote.
Where are you finding them?
My husband actually copied over the DVDs and put it on our digital library.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna say they were hard to find, and I just found them, like, if someone had randomly uploaded them to YouTube, I was able
Hmm.
to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was like, honey, I need to have all 12 seasons. You need to find a way to get me all 12 seasons or I'm going to go crazy. And so he wanted to have a happy
Yeah.
wife. So
It's harder with those older shows
it
because
really
the
is.
technology wasn't there.
Mm-mm. Nope. All right, let's see. Everybody start telling us what you rated it. So Zarita says that she couldn't stay, but she loved this book slash audiobook and gave it 5 stars.
Nice.
A good narrator can make or break an audio. Seriously.
Mhm.
Lisa, I love Murder She Wrote. I've read about 40 of the books. That's so
Wow.
awesome. Oh, she's rewatching all of the seasons on Peacock.
Oh. Huh.
Good to
I
know.
know. Download that now.
Cynthia Darlow was the narrator for this book, and she did a great job. I agree.
Huh.
Oh, I used to pretend Jessica Fletcher was my grandma. I
Oh,
love that.
that's perfect.
I listened to this book and thought it was sharper, and some of the male voices seemed strange after watching the show for years. I will say that it really is hard to get Seth's like a yup whenever he's like
Mhm.
talking and things like that. But I think that she did a decent job, like really trying to nail the main accent.
Yeah, I didn't notice it at all on the
Yeah.
audiobook.
I loved that Jessica Fletcher was an older protagonist. She had multiple love interests and was intelligent. I couldn't agree more.
Mhm.
I used to want to dress like Franny Fisher. Oh, I love Franny Fisher. I look at Jessica Fletcher and think about how comfy she looks. She looks so freaking
Yeah.
comfy. Like that's one of the things I was talking to Erin, I think yesterday about Murder She Wrote, and I was like, she's just comfy. Like she
Yeah.
doesn't have she's not wearing all these heels. She's not doing all the
Mhm.
cleavage or the really, really tight clothing. She is
Mhm.
just comfy. And that's what I want in life is
That would
comfort.
be that was hard to do back in the '80s before
Yes,
yoga pants were invented.
right? But she nailed it.
Yeah, for sure.
I couldn't help but laugh every time they mentioned
Oh,
liquid
yes.
blue pills, right? I agree. Helen, I laughed when Tony Colombo gave Sam his schedule, right? He was just like, here's where I'm going. You can
Mhm.
just follow me around. And he ended up being an FBI agent that was tracking down
He was
the
undercover.
yes, yes. Um the obsession with key lime pie. Yeah, it was fantastic. D&D and bunk cake sounds like a great night. It was
Yeah,
fantastic. We loved it.
sounds
We killed a
awesome.
dragon. It was great. I really enjoyed the story. I haven't watched Murder She Wrote in such a long time, but this book had me feeling like I was right back in that world. I even bought the whole series on DVD to watch.
Wow.
Yes. It is such a comfort show. It just gives me all the good memories. I love the Key West descriptions, reminds me of my vacation there. I've never been to Florida, so I
Wow.
I will 100% trust you on that.
You're the only person I know from the Midwest who has not been to Florida.
Nope.
Everyone always where does your family go on vacation in the summers?
Wichita, Kansas.
Oh,
My
I
dad's
guess
side,
that would
like
be
all
closer.
growing up, it was Wichita, Kansas. My dad's family lived there. It wasn't
Oh,
until I was 24 that I ever saw the ocean. Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, we always drove to Iowa because my dad's sister lived there. And
Mhm.
then thankfully, they sold everything in their farm in Iowa and moved to the Keys. And then every
Oh,
summer we drive down to the Keys, and that
that's
was our summer
nice.
vacation. But yeah,
Yeah.
otherwise, I guess I probably wouldn't have gone to Florida ever either.
Mhm. Yeah, and the very first time I ever went into the ocean, I was 27, 26, 27. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think
Mhm.
people realize how landlocked you are when you're in the Midwest.
Seriously, it's and to get anywhere is like a 12, 13-hour drive. My mom and I are currently making our way through the 12 season DVD collection.
Nice.
That makes my heart so happy. I thought it was the true voice of the show.
Yep.
Trisha gave it a 2, and that's okay. Sometimes it's a hit or miss. That's one of the things that I love about book club so much. It used to be on Netflix, but it was a really, really
Mhm.
long time ago. We've got 4.5 stars. 2 stars didn't like it. We've got 4.5. I will start it in a day or two. I gave it 3.5 stars. She's been binge watching the show.
Mhm.
Yes. 3.5. I watched them all since the time they came out. Yep, I'm that old. I love it. 5 stars. I love revisiting all of the characters, and I could just hear every voice as I read. That I
Yes.
did too. I loved it so much. Brooke, comfort over fashion all
Yeah.
day.
Especially with COVID. Who's getting dressed up?
Yes. I love the way Jessica Fletcher could ask questions without seeming pushy or obnoxious.
Mhm.
People just accepted that she was just there and she was going
Yeah,
to figure it out.
it's just chatty.
Yeah. 4.5. Cozy Mysteries. I am also from the Midwest and have not visited Florida.
Oh,
We vacationed in Michigan or Wisconsin and once in Alaska.
yeah, we did that too because they have good lakes.
Yeah, I've never been to Michigan either. Raising my 2 sons in Kansas, the first time they saw the ocean, they had a sandball fight. That is fantastic. I hope
Nice.
they didn't get any in their eyes. That would be horrid. I grew up in New England and was sad to learn the shows were filmed in Mendocino. Where's Mendocino?
I think that's in California.
Oh, okay.
I think it's by,
Aw,
Hollywood.
that makes me
Nice.
sad. It's understandable. That's where all of the film equipment and everything is. I'm in Ohio, and the vacay goal is always the beach. Usually the Carolinas, though.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
my vacation goal is the mountains in
Mhm.
a cabin far away from people with tons of books and like a bonfire.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I always thought, like, I wanted to vacation on a mountain and then because it's so flat in the Midwest, right?
Mhm.
But we went to Lake Arrowhead the other day. My friend got married there, and it was like I thought I was gonna cry, like, the whole time I was, like, on my seat because 'cause you're winding up the hill to
Oh,
get up
yeah,
there.
no, it's really intense.
I'm, like,
Yeah.
totally not used to that, and, like, after that, everyone's like, "Oh, we should come back." I loved it, and I was like, "Peace out. I'm not coming back with any of you ever again."
Yeah.
Unless someone can, like, fly me in, like
Mhm,
Denver,
mhm.
that's great. You get
Yeah,
flown in.
yeah.
Perfect, but otherwise, I'm never driving
It
up a hill
gets
again.
seriously windy, and if you've got a big car, it gets really precarious.
Mhm. The
Yeah.
wind, and then it's raining, and I'm like, "We're
Mhm.
gonna die," and then there's
Yes.
rocks falling, and they're like, "It's not a big deal, they're always falling." I was like, "I think it's a big deal."
You're like, should they be always falling?"
Yeah. So, we have
Yes.
a should we do announcements really quick?
Yeah, we can totally do
Yeah.
announcements.
So just so you know, the schedule for 2022 has been decided. We
Yes.
shared it with everybody in VIP just as a little perk. And then for everybody else, we will definitely share it on January 26th. So
Mhm.
we have 2 book club chats. These are author chats. So we're not really
Yeah.
voting. I just like made an executive decision. These were two books that I absolutely love. So the first one is January 12th, and that is the Statue of Limitations by Kate Collins. It's the first in her green goddess mysteries. So that's the one. If you don't know Kate Collins, she's the one that wrote the Flower Shop mysteries that were on the Hallmark Channel with Brooke Shields. So great
good.
author. Amazing. So she's going to chat with us. We're going to talk about her book. So make sure to read it. And then she's going to give away a copy of book 2 in the series during our live stream.
So fun.
Yeah. And then the second book chat is actually with a new debut. She's a romance author. She writes sweet romance, Laura Scott. And I read her book. It was from Crooked Lane, and I loved it. Like, I laughed out loud, and I was like, this is the best book ever.
That's fun. Yes.
It's about a woman who is a veterinarian in a small town. And it was so cute because, like, she cared about the animals and the customers and the clients, and, like, everybody was friendly. It's like that happy place that everyone wants to be.
You're just smiling.
Yeah. So I love that book. So I invited her to speak with us on January 26th. So make sure to read her book. And then her second book is coming out, I believe, earlier that month. And so she's going to be giving away the second book in her series as well. So, and then we'll announce on that day, January 26th, the schedule for the rest of the year.
Yeah, but we don't have an official Cozy Escape Book Club book for January. We're taking January off to sort of renew, and but that doesn't mean that we don't have things going on with the author chats.
Yes. And then we have a book giveaway for today.
Yes.
It is, I don't know if anybody knew this, because Julie Ann Lindsay has so many pen names. I don't know. Have you done her pen name thing yet?
I have not, because there are so many. But I did just get accepted into her ARC, like her advanced reader copy group. And so I'm really excited about her newest series.
The Bonnie and Clyde one? Oh, okay. Yes. That's her new, I think that's the one that she self-published, right? That's the first one she did on her own. Yeah. And then, so the book giveaway that we have, though, is Kitty Couture from Crooked Lane Books. And so usually Julie and Lindsay books always win whenever we have like a voting thing. So I think nobody knew that this was one of her million gazillion pen names. It's Julie Chase.
Yeah. So she's under Julie Chase. She's under Julie Ann Lindsay. She's also under, oh my God, she writes the Geek Girl's Guide to Murder.
Yes.
And freaking loved that series. And then I was just like, how many names do you write under? I can't keep up.
Yes, it's really tough. So, and she just posted in her Facebook reader group that she just wrote her 50th book the other day. So lots of books, lots of pen names. So very excited. That is the book that we're giving away today. No one voted for, or you guys voted, but I think because you guys didn't know, it didn't win for the first time ever. But that's okay, because the Paracozy Book Club, as you know, the last meeting was last week. And so now we have a paranormal cozy mystery, Jennifer Fraschetto's book, that we're reading for Buddy Reads. So it'll be a good balance.
Yeah, I think so.
So do you want to why don't you just give me a number between 1 and 20 so we don't have to wait?
Let's do 13.
Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Brooke, look at that. 13 is a lucky number.
Yes.
So Brooke, go ahead, send me your mailing address. This is a paperback. I do have your email address, but I have your mailing address. So just, and I know you have my email because you just emailed me the other day, because Brooke just won another book from the Paracozy Book Club last week.
Oh my goodness.
So yes, so send me your mailing address and I'll have Crooked Lane send that book out to you.
Heck yes. Let's catch up on some of the, let's see, hadn't seen the ocean until you were in your late 20s. Courtney, my Caribbean self is crying. Oh. We are surrounded by the sea, literally thrown into the ocean when we're born. I wish that had been the case, but Oklahoma, guys, Oklahoma. I grew up in Philly, 2 weeks down in the Jersey every year. Yep. Louisiana, went to Florida every year for vacation. Okay. Oh, so you grew up in Florida and you went up to New Jersey.
Yeah, people always go to family too.
Yeah.
Where your family lives.
It's in Northern California, I think. I live in Scotland now and have gone through the whole Agatha Raisin series now. Nice.
Cool.
Let's see. I think Julie and Lindsay has 3 other names: Julie Chase, Bree Baker, and Jacqueline Frost.
We will find out when Courtney does her
Yes.
pen name reveal.
Yes, I will do my pen name reveal, and then I will give you guys the VIP members. I have been making these really, really cute and fun checklists that you can print off so that you can make sure that you're keeping up with all of the books that all of our favorite authors are coming out with.
They're nice.
Yeah. Do you have anything else? Oh, what is the title for the book author chat on the 26th?
It is something. I will tell you in 2 seconds.
Yes, she's gonna bring it up. But it's gonna be so much fun. I'm really, really excited for all of the amazing things that Lisa puts together. They're just so fantastic.
I did not mean to do that.
I was like, are you gonna pull it up and show the thumbnail?
I can. Book club chat with the author. Here we go. Can you see it?
Yes. Dogged by Death.
Yes. It
Very
is
nice.
so cute. I can't even tell you because I had just read, there was another veterinarian book I had just read, and it was like awful. I was like, because I love animals, and I was like, oh, it's a veterinarian book. And this veterinarian was like, all of her clients hated her. The animals were mean to her and bit her. And like, it was so much animosity. And I was like, there's so much negativity in this book.
Yeah. You're like, no, that's not what we want in our life.
But this one was the polar opposite. So I was like, yes, this is the veterinary book of my dreams.
Heck yes.
So that is our chat on the 26th with Laura Scott.
Nice. It looks so cute.
Yes.
Nothing better than some furry companions.
Mm-hmm. So do we have anything else?
I don't think so. Oh, I have a really exciting thing, like a milestone just for my writing. And I know that, like, I don't know if anybody really, really cares, but I reached 11,000 words.
Yay. It's hard. Like once you get up into those, like the 5 digits, you're like, I've made it.
Yeah. I was so excited. And I'm at like 52 pages typed. And I'm just like,
you know what I just started doing like last week is dictation. Like I was so like anti-dictation. And then finally, I can't remember what I read. There was something else where someone was just being old and resistant to change. And I was like, I'm being old and resistant to change. So let me try. I actually love it. It like, it's not perfect. But either is it when I type, it does take some practice to get used to because, you know, when we're talking like now, there's no silence, right? Like you're just always talking. And so when I was first doing dictation, I just kept talking and talking to fill up the void. And I'm like, who cares? There's nobody like talking to me. So I stop now and I think about what I want to say and then I write it. Like, and it actually has been faster, which I'm surprised because
that's awesome.
even with correcting stuff like typos and things. So
I like it.
And just so you know, the free version, because I got Dragon Anywhere because people were like, you have to use Dragon, but it's only for PCs and I have a Mac. So I got Dragon Anywhere, which you can use on the Mac. And I used the free like voice in Google Docs. And I compared them side by side for this whole last week. They both make mistakes, different mistakes, but they still both make exactly the same number of mistakes. Like, I still end up doing the same amount of editing.
That's good to know. Yeah. I also changed point of views. So I was writing in third person point of view, but I was not getting across what I needed to get across. So then I changed to first person point of view, and then all the words are flowing like super, super well.
I can only write in first person POV. I am not able, even when I wrote that reverse harem with like 7 guys, I still wrote first person. I just kept changing.
Yeah. I wrote the first 6,000 words in third person point of view. And then in the last 2 days, I've written over 5,000 words.
Wow. Awesome. Some people go back too. They're like me, and then they write everything in first person, and then they go back and add she, he, like, to make it third person. So you could do that if you really want.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's like a lot of work.
It does. I'm really enjoying getting all the flowing words out. So
nice. All right. Oh wait, some people had some questions. Dragon has helped me so much with my writing. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Congratulations, Courtney.
Thank you.
Dabble is a great writing program and user friendly. Okay. Speech Notes is an app and it's not perfect, but it helps. I'll try that. Amber, it's free, or you can pay $10 a month for more options. Oh,
Good to
Dabble.
know.
Dabble's free. Okay, cool. All right.
All right,
Well,
everyone.
I hope everyone has a great Christmas
Yes.
and New Year or whatever you celebrate. And then we will see you hopefully for author chats in January.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then if not, then make sure you keep an eye out on Patreon for when we put out the voting for February's book choice.
Yep. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.